Hello, good afternoon to everyone, and thank you for joining us on the virtual college exploration for all North and South Carolina students, sponsored by the Carolinas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Offers and by StriveScan. We'll give it just a quick moment as participants join the webinar, and I'm going to run through just a couple quick reminders for this session. Okay, just a couple notes before we get started. All participants, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type questions to your presenters at any time, and they will be able to answer those during the webinar. If there are a lot of questions, just be aware that this session is being recorded, and all participants will have, all panelists will have access to those questions after the panel about a week afterward, so they will be able to follow up with you if they can't get to your question today. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. Again, they can read your questions in that Q&A box, however. This is just one of the many different sessions happening over the course of this week. So be sure to check out the full schedule at CACRAO.org. That's CACRAO.org. And the presentation, again, is going to be recorded. That'll be available on that same website, again, CACRAO.org, within a week. And with that, I would like to turn it over to our presenters.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our session on applying and auditioning to music programs. We have 5 representatives with us today from schools in both North and South Carolina, and each of the panelists is going to have some time to introduce you to their institutions, tell you about their programs and their application and audition process for music majors. And we're hoping to have some time at the end for some extra discussion and for some Q&A. So with that, I'll go ahead and pass it over to our representative from Brevard College.
Thank you, Lauren. So my name is Kevin George. I work as the Assistant Director of Admissions at Brevard College. So Brevard College is a small liberal arts institution in the mountains of North Carolina. We're located in Brevard, North Carolina. And so we do something called experiential education. It's something that you get here at Brevard College, something that we're really proud of. It's kind of in our DNA. And we were recently named #1 in undergraduate teaching because of that model within the Southeast. So like I said, we're small. Our average class size is 15 students, an 11-to-1 faculty ratio. And then being in the mountains of North Carolina, actually specifically in our county, we actually have 200 waterfalls. So if you like the outdoors or hiking, it might be a good fit for you as well. So the music program at Brevard College, we have a Bachelor of Arts in Music, and then also a Bachelor of Arts in Music Education. Those are the 2 degrees options that you have here. Some of the unique things that you get to experience here at Brevard College is we have a place called the Porter Center, which is where all of our music performances are, and music students get to practice and play. It's a state-of-the-art facility in the Southeast. And then we also have a relationship with the Brevard Music Center. So that's a center in Brevard, North Carolina, that students and faculty will work at and intern. So you get really good connections when you end up graduating. We end up putting on performances with the Brevard Music Center during the summer times. That's obviously pre-COVID. So things have certainly changed with that, but we're still doing virtual events with the Brevard Music Center. So the different options here at Brevard, as far as music is concerned, you can major in music or music education. And then you also have the option to minor in music. You can get a teacher licensure, so license to teach in the state of North Carolina, K through 12. And then as far as if you just have an interest in music but maybe not majoring, you can also get connected with some of our ensembles and our drum line. We do have music scholarships, so if you major in music or even potentially just want to do an ensemble and drum line, we do have scholarships that are above some of our top merit scholarships available. So the application process here at Brevard, you'll apply just like every student here through our applications for admission. It's on our website. The materials that you'll need are your high school transcripts. You can actually just email those to us, and then your ACT or SAT scores or test optional essays. So we'll accept either or, and we do not place priority over one or the other. So test optional is seen exactly the same as the ACT or the SAT scores. And then you also have an addition that you'll need to complete for the music program. It is required, but it does provide the opportunity to get what we call a fine arts scholarship. So the lowest of those scholarships start at $15,000 and then go up from there. So that again is above any of our merit-based scholarships. As far as things that you'll want to prepare, you'll want to prepare 2 contrasting solo selections. And then after your audition, you'll get your results of that within 3 weeks. Our current dates for auditions, we have some set dates for the spring semester, so February 13th and March 20th. And then we're still working on our fall 2020 dates, trying to figure out how we're going to do that currently with the COVID restrictions that we do have. So that's all I have to share. This is my contact information. And again, our contacts will be sent to you, or available rather, at the end of this presentation as well.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Let's see, I'm going to take this. Okay. All right, so I'll let it load. My name is Laura Claire Tevenet. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Converse and our Petrie School of Music. So within Converse, we do have a separate School of Music, so that's a little different, but it makes sense once you get to know it, I promise. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself. Like I said, my name's Laura Claire. You can call me LC. I'm the School of the Arts Scholarship Coordinator, and I also act as an admissions counselor. So I do everything with scheduling auditions, but I also work with recruiting those students as well. I am a Petrie alum. I graduated in 2019 with a BMA in Contemporary Music. So I've been in students' shoes. I know the process you're going through, so I can definitely relate. But we'll start off with a little fast facts about Converse. So we are located in Spartanburg, South Carolina. We are a small private liberal arts institution, much like Brevard, and we are also kind of neighbors. So Converse has been historically known as a women's college since 1889, but starting this fall, we have admitted men. So we are now co-ed, and July 2021, we are changing our name to Converse University. So lots of exciting changes happening here. Converse Petrie School of Music is an all-Steinway school, and we were the first women's college to be named an all-Steinway school, so we're pretty proud of that. We have a 7-to-1 student to teacher ratio within the Petrie School of Music, and that just means you really get that personal one-on-one interaction with your professors, and they really truly care about you and they want you to succeed after college. And I think a lot of our success rates within our programs are true testament to that. Our music education program has a 100% job placement rate. We are also one of 2 institutions in South Carolina that offers a music therapy degree. And that's a wonderful career track if you're interested in that. We also do conservatory style training at Petrie. And that just means, you know, our Petrie students have different general education requirements as the rest of the college. So they might not be coming in straight away taking bio or college 101 classes. Your freshman year, you'll come in and start with your music theory classes, oral training, that sort of thing. And then a really unique thing that we have implemented within the last few years, which is my favorite as a student, is our creativity that works. And that is just an initiative that we implemented. We take classes that are more arts management centered. So freshmen will have to come in and take a class and learn how to build a website, market yourself as musicians, that sort of thing. And I found that helpful as a young professional. So, and then like most of these programs, students are required to audition to be accepted into the School of Music. So you have two different admissions. You have admission into the college, and then you also apply to be admitted into the Petrie School of Music. And we'll talk a little bit about that later. But here are just some of our degree programs and certificates and minors. I won't go through all of these because there are quite a few, but if you're interested, just go to our website and check that out. But our top ones, I would say, are music education is a really fast growing one here, music therapy, and then our newest one is the BMA in contemporary music with media applications, and that is the degree that I have. We also have a variety of performance majors. We have minors in music and a minor in arts management. So, you know, college is overwhelming. If it's got you feeling like Joe Exotic, your scholarships, paying for it, it's a lot to tackle. But the good thing to know is that Converse, here we stack scholarships. And by auditioning for the Petrie School of Music, you're automatically becoming eligible for music scholarships. So we will take any institutional aid that you get, any federal aid, outside scholarships, and your music scholarships, and we all stack it. We don't take anything away or move it around like that. We just take it all. So who should audition? Students who are interested in majoring in music, minoring in music, and students who also would like to participate in an ensemble should audition. This year we are doing in-person and virtual auditions. You can go to our website to find more about that, but we have some dates that are going up on the website hopefully in a few days. And you can also check out the different requirements because they do differ from instrument to program. They're very specific with the repertoire. So yeah, that is all I have. There's my contact information again. Just feel free to call, text, or email me, send a carrier pigeon. I will get to it. So thank you guys.
Hi everyone, my name is Lauren Vaughn. I am the Music Admissions and Recruitment Coordinator in the Department of Music at Newberry College. I also serve as a faculty member in the department teaching the flute students and a number of other classes. Newberry College is a private liberal arts institution. We have around 1,200 students on campus. We have a thriving music department, and nearly 1 in 10 students on campus are actually participating in one of our music ensembles, either as a major, a minor, or someone who's just interested in furthering their music performance opportunities. We are located in historic downtown Newberry, not too far from the state capital of Columbia, not too far from the upstate and the mountains. Our campus is just a few blocks from downtown, and in downtown you'll find the historic Newberry Opera House that brings in world-class performers and acts, and is also a great space for our students to gain some performance opportunities as well. We are an undergraduate only program, but across campus we offer 33 different majors, 31 different minors, and 10 different pre-professional tracks. And you can find out more about all of those offerings on our website. In the music department, we offer a variety of different degrees. Students only need to audition if you're interested in majoring in music. You can pick up a music minor without an audition. So the degrees for majors that we offer, the Bachelor of Arts in Music, we also have a track for a music theory emphasis. So that's for students who are really interested in furthering maybe their composition skills or want to go to graduate school in composition or music theory. Our most popular major on campus is probably the Bachelor of Music in Education. And students like to pair a jazz studies minor or a musical theater minor with that degree as well. And then we offer the Bachelor of Music in Performance. We also have a music performance honors program that gives students who are not a performance major opportunities to further their experience and training as a performer. Something really unique that we do at Newberry that I haven't personally seen at any of the schools I've attended or any of the schools I've worked for is that as a performance major or in the performance honors program, once you enter your junior and senior year of study, you actually receive 2 one-hour lessons with your private instructor each week instead of the traditional 1 hour lesson per week. So that's something that's a little different at Newberry. We offer both large and small ensembles for all of our music majors to get involved with, but also for students across campus and students in our music minor programs. We also offer participation scholarships for many of our large ensembles, and I'll talk in a little bit about the application and audition process, but we work with each student individually one-on-one to try and develop the best financial aid package for you, and that can often include some additional scholarship in the form of the music participation scholarship. So our students at Newberry College really find that the school becomes a second home for them. They find that we have a variety of performance and educational opportunities. They really appreciate that we have small class sizes and that our instructors really focus on personalized and individual education. We have a lot of different opportunities for earning music scholarships, and I'd be happy to talk with anyone further at a later time about what you might be eligible for. But we do have dedicated scholarships for our music majors that come after you complete your audition. And we also offer the Music Achievement Award, which is for students in the state of South Carolina who have placed into both region and state ensembles in high school. Our students really appreciate that we have very experienced faculty who are also dedicated to helping them further their own career goals. And a number of our ensembles give performance tours each year throughout the region. So that's something that's really exciting that our students look forward to every year. Students who really thrive at Newberry are students who like to get involved. So I have here a sample of 2 different music majors, a freshman and a sophomore. And you can see that although their primary instrument is voice and a primary instrument is flute, these students are involved in a lot of different ensembles, actually playing and singing in different instruments. So all of our large ensembles at Newberry, none of the rehearsals conflict with one another. So we actually encourage students to be involved with as many ensembles as they can fit in their schedule. And particularly, we find this strengthens our music ed program because our students are involved in a lot of different opportunities and they're really learning and furthering their education to make them marketable in the future. The application and audition process is pretty simple. There's no separate application to our Department of Music. You just complete your application to the college. If you're applying as a music major, I'll be your music admissions counselor, so I'll help you through that process. All of our audition information is available on our website, and this year we are offering both in-person and online auditions. And on that website, you'll find more information about those auditions and also what the different requirements are for the different areas that you might be interested in pursuing. So if anything I shared sounds interesting to you, I encourage you to check us out, take a look at our website, find us on social media, and please reach out directly to me if you have any further questions. So with that, I'll go ahead and pass it over to our representative from UNCSA.
Thank you, Lauren. Let's see. Have to get my notes. So my name is Natalie Parker, and I am the admissions counselor and School of Music liaison at the University of North Carolina School of the Arts, otherwise known as UNCSA for short. I am not only a counselor to help you with your application to the School of Music, but I am also a graduate of the program, continuing to play cello within the community wherever I can. UNCSA is a public arts college and arts conservatory located in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. We offer programs exclusively in the performance and production arts, specializing in conservatory education and professional level training in dance, drama, music, design and production, and filmmaking. In the School of Music, we offer a bachelor's in music in performance or composition, alongside of a master's in music for graduate performance studies and a high school diploma for our boarding school program. Our music program is focused on classical music training and performance. Those interested in studying musical theater might also choose to apply for our School of Drama, which also offers a bachelor's in fine arts in acting. UNCSA usually has over 300 different performances or screenings per year, and 150 of those are within the School of Music. UNCSA student performance opportunities include, but are not limited to, solo recitals, chamber music recitals, orchestra, wind ensemble, jazz ensemble, and cantata singer concerts, fully staged and costume operas, film scoring recording sessions, as you can see here, live ballet accompaniment, musical theater accompaniment, and play underscoring. So just a few options. Unlike some of the larger universities or even some of the liberal arts universities, we actually only require a single application to UNCSA. So this single application has you declaring your major right from the start by choosing your arts program and concentration. So within music, that would either be your instrument, voice, or composition. UNCSA does require all applicants to audition or interview in order to be considered for admission. The School of Music applicants this year will need to submit recordings with their application materials to supplement a live virtual audition. Once your application is submitted and all those supplemental materials have been uploaded, including those recordings, there will be an opportunity to schedule the live virtual audition to occur in the spring of 2021. And as you can kind of tell, this is pretty typical for most colleges. Applications due in the fall, auditions are typically in the spring. Composition applicants for us will need to submit a pre-screening, including 3 original compositions. Once those compositions are reviewed by our faculty, the student will then be invited to interview with the faculty and will not need to perform on a primary instrument. Every school's audition requirements will likely be similar, but slightly different, so always be sure to double and triple check your repertoire requirements. And I will add that in our current live virtual audition setup, you should also double check your virtual platform and time zones. In many cases, it's worth your time to reach out to the faculty that teach at your aspiring college ahead of or with your application. And I highly recommend doing this for anybody applying to UNCSA. This can be a simple introduction of yourself and your interest in the program, a request for a lesson ahead of the audition, or a double check of the repertoire that you've selected for your audition. Not only will it show the faculty your drive to succeed, but it will also start allowing you to build a working relationship with them. And even if you don't get into the program, remember that the music industry is more connected than you might realize. So healthy networking is one of your keys to success as a musician. We at UNCSA understand that almost every student wants to be considered for scholarship, so there's not usually a separate scholarship application. We just ask that our US students complete the FAFSA and submit it to all potential colleges so that we can take all factors into consideration when awarding scholarship. Our scholarship funding is predominantly merit-based, taking grades, talent, and character all into consideration when our faculty nominate students for scholarships. So real quick, UNCSA's college information session will be on Wednesday, September 23rd at 4 p.m. So be sure to join me and the rest of my admissions colleagues to better understand UNCSA as a whole. And our first music application due date is December 4th. So the sooner you submit your application, the sooner I can start working with you to make sure your application's on track for success. So next up is Winthrop.
Thank you, Lauren. I'm just going to share my screen here and get us going. All right, hello everybody. I'm Paula Garofalo. I'm the Arts Recruitment Coordinator for Winthrop University. And if you're not familiar with us, we are a South Carolina state school located 30 minutes south of Charlotte, North Carolina. Just a little bit about us. If you're unfamiliar, we're a mid-sized institution. We're right around 6,000 students. We are the most diverse state campus in the state system of South Carolina. You can see we're well represented both nationally and internationally. and we do have small class sizes and small student to professor ratios. We also are the third largest music school in the department, in the state of South Carolina. Here's a little bit about our college. We do have 3 other visual and performing arts departments that make up the college, and we produce over 200 live performance events, many from the Department of Music. Of course, this year may look slightly different, but many of these events are still going to be held, and they'll be available for our students virtually. A little bit about the degrees that we offer. We are very well known for our Bachelor's of Music and Education degrees. We offer them in instrumental and chorale. These students, upon graduation, have 100% job placement rate in the state of South Carolina. We also offer the BM in performance for students that are interested in just that track. We also just offer a Bachelor's of Music in Music and Music Technology. Music Technology is new to us, and it's for students that are pursuing different career paths and want a few more tools in their toolbox to go on and be professional musicians. I've just included this slide. I want you guys to think about all the opportunities that are possible with all of these different degrees, that you're not just limited in one way, and our faculty is really committed to helping students build that toolbox and their resume and their skill set with their instrument to pursue all different types of fields. Ensembles. I really want to highlight this. I think we've all heard this from all of the reps today. We're all smaller schools, and our students get a lot of opportunities to perform. At Winthrop, we don't have a large graduate population. We have very few graduate music students, so you're not competing with them for placement in ensembles. We have roughly 30 ensembles, and our students are able to participate in many of them at the same time. So again, it's just an opportunity for students to have more performance time, and we find that they really take advantage of this, and it really helps them in that growth. Winthrop does offer an MAT in teaching if you want to pick up your K-12 teacher certification a little later. For our students that are considering the MA, they may want to think about tacking this on their sophomore or junior year. This just requires a 5th year, and you exit with a master's level degree and the K-12 certification, and we offer it here at Winthrop in all of our arts areas. Music auditions. This is what you all came for. Our process at Winthrop is really simple. We hope that all of you are going to apply with us, and there's no separate application for the music department. Entrance auditions are held for placement within the department for classes and talent scholarship eligibility. The procedure is very simple. You'll register for an audition, check out the website for more information, understand we're still working through what a virtual fall submission will look like and possible future in-person dates for spring. We recommend a recommendation letter from a private music teacher or maybe a band director that you're currently working with. Preparing your audition. If you go to our website, the instructors have listed some detailed information for each instrument, so I encourage you to check that out. You could also have sightseeing scales, other sorts of mechanisms to assess your skill, and also a basic music test will also be given prior to class registration. And then of course you're going to perform for us. We typically won't award a scholarship for talent until a student has been admitted to the institution as a whole. I also just want to encourage all of you to get to know all of your music departments. Where are you applying? We really encourage all of our applicants to contact us for private appointments and lessons with our faculty member with their specific instrument. Come and take a classroom visit or meet with other current music students. I'm sure everyone on this panel would be happy to help you set that up. And like Natalie mentioned in her presentation, go ahead and start building those relationships now. And remember, when you're auditioning or when you're coming to do like a soft interview, which this is probably going to feel like, just remember that everyone in the room wants you to do well and is there to help you grow. I've already talked about our talent scholarships, but do know Winthrop Merit Scholarships you're automatically eligible for with your application. And they also kick in out-of-state waivers. So students watching from North Carolina, please apply with us. We're very competitive with our financial aid packages, and we're on the Common App right now, and you can apply on our website for free. So I hope to see some applications soon. Here's my contact information. I'm happy to help you make some connections to the music department. And Lauren, I'm ready to hand it over to you, and we'll go on to our little group discussion.
Awesome. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, everyone, for all the wonderful presentations. So we don't have any questions in our Q&A yet, but students and parents and anyone watching, if you have any questions you'd like us to address, please go ahead and type them in the Q&A. But I thought I'd get us started with a discussion point. So you heard from a number of our panelists that many of us have actually gone through music degrees and the process of applying and auditioning, and even if we haven't, we've been helping students through that process for a number of years. So I'm just curious, what advice beyond what you already offered could you give our students who are working to prepare their audition materials now?
I can go ahead and speak to that. I would just say, don't go into it thinking that our faculty is looking for perfection. They are not. They just want to see potential. They want to see your passion for music, and they want to get to know you, who you are as an artist. So just come in. I know it's cheesy, be yourself, but don't come in thinking you have to be 100% perfect. So just want to ease that concern.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would add to that too, especially if you're a senior, now is the time to decide where you're auditioning and make sure you look at those requirements, because every school you're looking at might have some little differences that you need to keep in mind. So you want to give yourself plenty of time to be prepared. A number of our panelists mentioned reaching out to faculty members at certain institutions for advice on repertoire or to set up a personalized lesson experience. I also encourage you to play for a number of different people. So get your repertoire lined up, practice your scales, practice, whatever you're going to be doing, and go around and practice that audition for as many people, even if they're not musicians, right? Get that experience of getting a little nervous, playing in front of people. It's only going to help you when you go into that audition room to feel more comfortable and at home. Does anyone have anything else to add, or should we go on to the next question? All right, so I just want to go through and ask everyone to please speak to any deadlines that students should be aware of at their institution. I'll go ahead and start that since I'm talking now, but at Newberry College, we actually operate on a rolling admission, so we don't have any hard deadlines. But that being said, I encourage students to apply and audition as early as you are ready, because that will help expedite you through the process. But be aware that many schools do have hard deadlines that you need to meet in order to be considered. So who else would like to talk about their deadlines?
I can go. So UNCSA, I mentioned in the slides, our first deadline is December 4th, and that's relatively competitive with most of the other institutions that our students are applying for. So just be aware of that. That is an application fee deadline for the most part. And if you've got your recording submitted, then that'll allow you the opportunity to schedule an audition sooner rather than later. We're still working out the schedule in terms of what those auditions are going to be, because we're kind of hoping that they'll be on campus if at all possible. But being able to do the live ones will certainly expedite things. But we do have a secondary application deadline in January 18th, and that will be kind of our final one for scholarship consideration. So certainly the earlier you apply, the more scholarship may be applied to you once you're admitted. So definitely things to consider there.
I can share about Brevard Colleges. We don't have we also have rolling admission, so no hard deadlines. But I just want to I'll echo what Natalie was saying. The sooner the better, because there is a limit to the scholarship dollars available.
I would agree. At Winthrop, we do have a hard line for our merit scholarships, which many students stack with talent, and that is February 1st. But I'll agree with the panel. I do think money gets earmarked, so whoever gets to present the soonest is better positioned to competitively earn some of those scholarship funds. So I would want to try to do an audition in the fall before the spring, but certainly don't put all your eggs in the basket of like the last audition date.
I definitely agree with all of my colleagues here. Converse is also on rolling admissions, so no admissions deadlines per se, but I'm always going to push October 1st to file your FAFSA, and that's at any college or university. But it just makes it a little bit easier when we're creating your financial aid packages. And then I want to say that our virtual audition, our platform for virtual auditions is actually open today. So you can go check out our website and start working on that, looking at the requirements and working towards submitting that if you want to do it virtually. And then our first round of auditions will be from November 2nd to November 6th. And I'm working personally on putting those dates and the links and everything on the website. So just keep an eye out for that. But sort of the last round of auditions are in mid-April usually. So just to be aware of that.
Awesome, thank you. So we do have a question from our attendees. The question is, what are you seeing music major students go on to for their careers? And this is not including those kind of pre-professional tracks like music education, music therapy, where the trajectory is pretty clear. Would anyone like to talk on different career opportunities for music majors?
I can go ahead and go, or Natalie, would you like to start? Okay, sorry. I mean, I have personal experience from this. My degree is pretty untraditional, and it's very new. It's the contemporary music with media applications. So what does that mean? It can mean a lot of things. You can make it performance-based, but it's not focused on classical music. It's more like singer-songwriter stuff. So I had friends who went into music production, sound design. You could go and do composing, but we also have a music business and technology certificate, which I have as well. So you could go on and, go to Nashville, work for ASCAP, BMI. So there are definitely more business centric careers with music, which I was interested in. So that's just something unique that I have seen and that I was interested in as a student.
Yeah, and as a previous student of my institution as well, it was definitely eye-opening, wanting to be in the classical realm and kind of wanting to be a performer, and learning from the school what other kinds of job opportunities there were that were still classically oriented, still maybe in the orchestra, but are kind of behind the scenes things, things like being an orchestral librarian or, anything like that, any kind of management of orchestras, of small community groups, being able to write grants to start your own kind of business and production. So there's plenty of opportunities that, still take music into that consideration, and you can certainly be a better human being overall, just being able to study in music with all of the collaboration that goes on with your fellow musicians, with other artists, and their passions may drive a completely new perspective and a new project that you really want to pursue. It's really an entrepreneurial world out there. So being able to kind of meet these like-minded people and really get those projects started is a real leg up at this point. It may seem scary, but all of these colleges have the tools to help you get into that field. And even if it's not, figuring out the numbers, you'll meet somebody who's an accountant that can help you with those numbers. So always things to consider there. Again, networking.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with all of that. And I went through multiple different degree programs as well, and am a professional musician and work in a lot of different capacities. But what I'm seeing a lot, what I think is great about being a music major or a fine arts major is that sometimes there's not a prescribed path for you, and that means the opportunities are endless. So that can be a little terrifying because you're not on this set path, like what every door is going to hold behind it. But at the same time, you have the opportunity to really diversify yourself and look for what interests you. So if you're not thinking of the traditional like music ed, music therapy, music performance track, I encourage you to look at a Bachelor of Arts in Music degree and think about maybe double majoring in marketing or communications, or something that's going to give you some other career skills that you can leverage once you graduate. Excellent. So we had one more question pop up. Do any of your colleges have focuses or degree focused towards a solo career, as in singing and songwriting? So more of the popular music industry tracks. Do any of our schools have programs like that? We do not currently.
Converse does, and it's sort of new for us. We do have a degree in composition. So that it could really mean whatever you want. You could go the classical route and orchestral composition, that sort of thing, or you could do singer-songwriter. And then, like I said, the BMA, the contemporary music degree, is sort of that singer-songwriter track. And you'll get skills, or how to set up sound equipment. You can market yourself and really be an entrepreneur. So we do offer that for sure.
Excellent. And I would encourage the student to look into programs that have a music industry degree or a popular music degree. Those are usually located in the hubs like LA, Nashville, New York, where those industries are really thriving and exist. But there are also a lot of schools that offer a music industry or music technology, music recording, or music business minors that you can pair along with kind of a performance degree or a Bachelor of Arts in Music degree. Excellent. All right, so as we're kind of finishing up, does anyone have any last thoughts that they're just itching to share with our attendees? Cool, so I'll just go ahead, and I wanted to share our contact information again. So thank you to everyone who was watching and who will watch this recording. I know all of us are very eager to get in touch with you and have you reach out to us so we can talk more about the individualized process at our schools. But I just like to say best of luck to everybody auditioning and applying, and keep your options open, keep those doors open, and you never know what kind of exciting things will be coming your way. Oh wait, we have another question. How can we access the recording? So I think they'll talk about that right at the end, but it should be available in about a week on the same website. So I'm sure they'll send out information about that as well, and maybe talk about it right at the end of this. You're very welcome. Who said thank you?
Okay, I'll give everyone a quick second. And then if you have any last questions, these are going to be provided to the panelists. So if there wasn't anything that we were able to get to today, please do feel free to reach out using the contact information that our panelists provided. Thank you to all of our panelists. Whoops, I am sharing the wrong side of my screen there, so I apologize for that. So as far as next steps, please be sure to, when you close out this window, please fill out a quick survey. It's a 4-question survey that is going to pop up. You can go to CACRAO.org to fill out a quick survey. And this recording is going to be available on that website. So if you have any questions, again, our panelists will address those. They couldn't get to those today. But thank you all for participating today, and thank you to our panel, and we hope everyone has a great day.